Here we go. Now. Yeah. All right, today is Friday, so your extra credit is due if you did it. Okay. Last day of Red Ribbon Week, and that's why we're wearing red. 2 of us, 3 of us. All right. Well, hey, Rangers game tonight. World Series. We're going to beat the D-Bags. All right. The Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks, right? Not to be confused with anything else. All right. Now, what kind of triangle is this when there's 2 equal sides? Not equal. 2 is. Oh, you were just offering it up to some or what? 2 is I, like your eyes. What do you call it? Isosceles. Isosceles. Write that down. Okay. If you have 2 equal sides, then that means you're going to have 2 equal angles, right? So again, 2 equal sides, 2 equal angles. If these are equal, what can I do with these values? Do what? Get off the phone. And in the back. All right. Again, if we know they're the same, what do I put between them? Equal sign. Let's write that out. Here we go. 6x minus 23 equals 4x plus 9. Now, x is on both sides. What do? Do I get rid of one or do I combine them? Get rid of one x, okay? All right, so which x is smaller? 4x. So to get rid of a positive 4x, we subtract 4x on both sides. Make sure you do that quiz first, right? All right, 6 minus 4 is 2x. Bring down minus 23, bring down equals 9. And then we got to get rid of, the loner, which is minus 23. The opposite is plus 23, plus 23. 2x equals 9 plus 23 is 20, what? Oh, 32. And then to get rid of that 2, divide. X is 16, half of 32. Make sure yesterday says quiz, Wednesday says review, Monday and Tuesday you have a warm-up, and then make sure your name is on it. Yes. How can I help you? Pick them up. Going to pick them up right now. Right now. Right now. Yes. Yes. It's over. Yes. Viene. Finished. What? What the? What? What?
No. Sir, can I bring my machine?
Yes, next week. Make sure you keep it so you can answer the house up. All right. Run, because we got to do something brand new.
Can I go to my teacher's class? For my other teacher?
For how long?
Yes.
Really quick, yes. We have brand new notes. No. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, son las notas.
Okay, so.
¿Qué?
Friday, we got
Basta.
It is.
Yes. Your computer is
All right, here we go. Only two. Dude, we're back.
What is there?
How can I help you? How can I do that?
¿Cómo puedo ayudar? ¿Cómo puedo ayudar?
No trampa.
All right, so what y'all turn there?
Sure.
What's up? Okay. Sorry, no, go. No, you cannot go. I mean, you can. That's gotta mark your absence. You know? And then call home. Be like, hello? Hey, she's late every day, you know? All right. I need everyone focus, please. Looking up here. Headphones, please. Everyone looking, listening. Okay. Headphones, please. This is new stuff. You got to be able to hear me and you got to look up here. Yes. Okay. So here we go. Already am. All right, here we go. Triangle mid-segment. This is new for today. Everyone's with me. Here we go. A mid-segment of a triangle is a segment connecting the midpoints. Okay. Midpoints. In this picture, I know these are midpoints because of those tick marks. So look right here. This tick mark and this tick mark let me know those are perfect halves. So that means D has to be a midpoint. On the other side, two tick marks. That means that E is right in the middle. It has to be a midpoint. Okay. So when we're talking about this stuff, and you see those tick marks, we're doing brand new stuff. Do what you need to do. It'd be best if you didn't. Now, our example here, the name of that mid-segment connecting the two midpoints is DE with a little segment on top, okay? All right. Did you get one of these? Do you have one of these? Oh yeah. But can you keep your head up though? Sorry. I need you to write this stuff down. All right. Now, next thing we know, if you have two midpoints connected with a mid-segment, okay, something we know is that the segment is parallel. Okay, when I say parallel, it's going to look like this. You put a little arrowhead here and a little arrowhead here. Now, don't those look parallel? Like, look, this and this do not cross if you extend them, right? All right. So, they are parallel to the third side. Okay, and that third side is blank as long, okay? Now, the segment is half as long as the third side. Okay, go and write the word half. So here's what I mean. Do you see how DE is smaller than AC? How much smaller? We're saying it's half, okay? Exactly half. So using this diagram above, we would say that DE is parallel with the two lines to AC. Okay? And then this is important. AC, that outside segment, is 2 times the inside segment DE. The way we say that is the outside equals 2 times the inside. Oh my gosh. Outside equals 2 times the inside. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and scroll down. We're going to do example 1 to the end of this page. Okay. Please. Oh. Okay. Two people's heads up. All right. Number 1. Okay. We are identifying what is parallel. So write this down. XY. What is that parallel to? What is this side that it would never cross? What do y'all think? XY is parallel to what? QS is correct. So go ahead and put parallel to QS. All right, and then let's do it with the next one, which is going to be XW. So from X to W, this one is parallel to what? RS. And then the last one we have is WY, parallel to QR. Now I can label that with arrowheads, right? So we said XY, one arrowhead, match is parallel to QS with one arrowhead. XW, we can put 2 arrowheads, is parallel to RS with 2 arrowheads. WY, 3 arrowheads, 3 arrowheads. Cool. So the 1s are parallel, the 2s are parallel, the 3s are parallel, right? No. Hey. All right. Number 2, we'll do this one real quick. JK is parallel to FH. All right, and then what else? KL is parallel to GF. And then JL is parallel to GH. JL, GH. Okay, and then we're going to do 3. Everyone got 1 and 2? We're getting it down now. No, I cannot. We got to go to number 3. Number 3. We can go back to it, or you can get it from someone else in a little bit. But we're running behind here. Number 3. What does this look like? Who plays video games? No one plays video games. That's a lie. What does this look like? Oh my gosh. Wisdom, power, and courage. It gives you the ability to conquer evil and save the princess. Oh my gosh. It's the Triforce. Legend of Zelda. No one's played Legend of Zelda? Oh my gosh. Really? Oh, right. Yes. So here we go. This is a mid-segment triangle inside of a triangle, which is basically a Triforce. Look at that. All right. Now, if you don't know what that is, then it is what it is. Times have changed. Now all people play are, what, Roblox or something. What do y'all play? Fortnite? Hey, Fortnite's pretty good though, you know. Hey, catch me in ranked matches, watch out, you know. Getting those V-Roys, getting those dubs, right? All right, well, anyways. Now, let's label something. It says L is a midpoint. So if that's a midpoint, then you can put a tick and a tick. You know those are the same because they're half and half, right? What are you doing? What are you laughing at? Laughing at me? Now, what else? M is a midpoint, so that means that these are going to be 2 tick, 2 tick. And then it says N is a midpoint, so it's going to be 3 tick, 3 tick. Okay, so you got 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3. All right. No. Now, let's label some stuff. It says PR. PR is 46, right? So we're going to put 46 for PR. It's all the way across. Put a bracket. 46. Okay? Now, the next thing we know, PQ is 40, which is all the way across. So put another bracket. 40. And the next thing we know is that LN is 17. So I'm going to put a little 17 on the inside of LN. Now, given what we already know, we should be able to find all the missing pieces of this triangle within a triangle, the Triforce, right? Now, help me out here. If this is 40 and these are both halves, how do I figure out each half if the whole thing is 40? I heard divide by 2, and that's correct. What's 40 divided by 2? Okay, so 20 is each of these little halves. Now, you wrote this just above where we're at. Look at NM. This is the mid-segment parallel to 40, right? How do I find NM if I know this PQ is 40? What did we say right here? It's half as long, right? That mid-segment on the inside is half of the parallel side. So NM has to be half of PQ, which is 40. What's half of 40? We already figured it out. 20, right? So go ahead and put 20 at NM. And if NM is 20, you can put 1 tick mark there because it matches. Now, do y'all see the pattern here? 20, 20, 20. And they're all parallel. Each little piece is 20. Let's do the same thing with the 46, okay? If this whole thing is 46, how do I find half? Divided by 2. So what is 46 divided by 2? 23. So that means each half, 23, 23, and the mid-segment parallel to this is up here at LM. What do you think LM is going to be? 23, because it matches the halves. So go ahead and put 3 tick marks on that one. Do you see how these halves match the mid-segment? Okay, and the outside is double it, 46. Now, the next thing is working backwards. What if you have the mid-segment is 17? What do you think each of these halves are going to be over here? Well, here's another way to think about it. If this mid-segment is 17 and this is half, how do I find the whole thing over here? 17 plus 17 or 17 times 2, right? What's 17 times 2? 34. So, that sucks so bad. Okay. Man, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Oh, victory screech. All right, well, anyways, so if the whole thing is 34, how do I find each of these? Divide by 2, or what do we get? 17, which, hey, we already knew that. The mid-segment was 17. So go and put 2 tick marks there. Now, we just did a lot. I hope you've been looking at me and not your phone over here, everybody. Now, look, once we have everything labeled, it looks kind of like messy, but whatever. Now it's easy to answer these questions. What's between L and M? 23, write that down. What's between M and N? 20 flat, 20. QR is all the way across. I see that's 34. MR, this little half is 17. Okay, does everyone understand? The mid-segment is half. It matches the other halves that are parallel. Okay, on the next one, let's label it. Here we go. F, G, and H are midpoints. So I can put 1 tick, 1 tick, 1 tick. That's what we've learned, right? All those halves that are parallel are the same. And then we can do this. 2 tick, 2 tick, 2 tick. Those halves in the mid-segment are the same. And then this one, 3 tick, 3 tick, 3 tick. Those halves in the mid-segment are the same. Let's label it. FG is 9. If this FG is 9, what else is going to be 9? The parallel halves, right? The 3 tick marks. 9 and 9, right? And then what's DE going to be? The whole thing. 9 and 9, right? Add up to make 18. Cool. All right, now GH is 7. If my mid-segment is 7, what else is 7? CF and FE, the two halves that are 2 tick marks, they're also 7. So what's CE going to be? No, not 7. 7 plus 7, right? The whole thing is 14. Last part, CD is 24. Now this is the whole thing. So if the whole way across is 24, how do I find those halves? 24 divided by 2 is 12. So this half is 12, this half is 12, and then what's this missing mid-segment? 12. Remember, the halves match the mid-segment, okay? Is everyone with me? Stay with me. Look over here. In the back, with your head down. Everybody. So let's label this stuff. CE all the way across is 14. DE all the way across is 18. FH, the mid-segment here, is 12. Now, have y'all heard the word perimeter before? You take a shape, and what do you do with the sides to get perimeter? Add them up, right? So perimeter means add up the sides of CDE. So CDE means I'm adding up all 3 of the outside sides. 24, 18, and 14. 24 plus 18 plus 14. 56. So again, does everyone see I added between C and D? Listen, I added between CD, 24, between DE, 18, and between DC, or EC, which is 14, okay? Now, you gotta remember how to do that. There's 2 examples on how to do it. If you have the whole thing, cut it in half to get each half and the mid-segment. If you're given the mid-segment, that's gonna be equal to the halves, double it to get the whole thing on the outside. All right, now look at 5 and 6. This is very, very important. So is everyone looking and listening? Okay. Up earlier we said, I want you to look right here, we said out equals 2 times in. Do y'all remember that right there? Okay. Go ahead and write that down on number 5. Out equals 2 times in. When people do this problem, guess what they're going to want to do? They're just going to want to set it equal and solve. And they're not equal. This inside thing is smaller looking than this thing, right? And earlier we said it's half, right? Didn't we already say that? It's half. Mid-segment is half. So don't just set them equal. The easiest way to do this is to say the outside equals the inside times 2, because it's half. Okay, so let's go and write it. What is the outside? 17x minus 18 equals 2 times, what's the inside? 7x. What? Did I say it wrong? Oh. No. Oh, okay, you could skip this step, yes. I thought you meant like the final answer. Okay, so 2 times 7x. Now, if you can mentally double it, that's great. But like on number 6, when you have to double 2 terms, some people get confused. So I'm trying to make sure I show all my work. So here we go. Y'all remember PEMDAS? P stands for parentheses. So this 2 needs to multiply into this parentheses. What's 2 times 7x? $14x. Good job. Now, bring this down. 17x minus 18. Next step. X is on both sides. Do I get rid of one or combine them? Get rid of the smaller x, which is 14x. Now this is going to be weird, but it's okay. Minus 14x, minus 14x. 17 minus 14 is 3x. Bring down minus 18, bring down equals. Now look, what is 14x minus 14x going to give you? Not x. The x is gone too. Nothing is there, so what do you write? No, because 1 is something. It's just close to 1, but it's not 1. 0, okay? When you eliminate everything, it's okay to write a 0, even if it just feels wrong, okay? But it's okay, write a 0. And then you can still solve it, okay? To get rid of the loner, the minus 18, you add 18. 0 plus 18 is 18. And then you divide by 3. X equals 6. And could you, if you needed to, plug it back in to get the missing sides? Could you? Hey, McGillen, could you? Put that away. Now, number 6. Everybody, once again, out equals 2 times in. Write that down. So the outside is right here. 19x minus 36 equals 2 times the in, which is right here, 6x plus 31. Just like last time, you have to multiply, distribute that too. 2 times 6x, 2 times 31. What's 2 times 6x? 12x. 2 times 31, 62. Bring down the left side. Again, when x is on both sides, we get rid of the smaller x. So minus 12x, minus 12x. 7x minus 36 equals 62. Get rid of the loner, add 36 to both sides. Divide by 7, and you get x equals 14. You can flip it over, and we're going to skip number 7 and 8 and 9. We're just going to do 10 and 11 and call it a day, but we got to get to it. So finish this side, and we're going to go to number 10. But again, does everyone see? You do the outside equals 2 times the inside, distribute, solve, plug it in if you need to, okay? All right. Hey, look over here. Number 789, slash, slash, slash. Okay, number 10, y'all ready? We ready. All right, number 10. Now, do y'all remember parallel lines? These are parallel because they're a mid-segment. Do you remember these angles? If I have an angle right here that's in the same position, remember we had a transversal, one in, one out on the same side? There's a special name for that. It was corresponding. Please. Corresponding. And what do we know about corresponding? Is that they are congruent. And you can tell they both look acute. They do match. They're corresponding. So we can just set them equal because they're corresponding and congruent. So 7x plus 4 equals 10x minus 11. So corresponding is when you set them equal. Get rid of the smaller x, minus 7x, minus 7x. 4 equals 3x minus 11. Get rid of the loner. And then divide by 3. X equals 5. Again, I'm doing this fast because we've done this so many times. you get rid of the smaller x, get rid of the loner, divide, okay? But you just got to know how to set it up. So when you see angles, if they're corresponding, set them equal. One last problem, y'all ready? Number 11. Now, are these corresponding? Now look, this one's acute, but this one is not acute. They don't match, they're not the same. So they're not corresponding. They are on the same side of the transversal, but they're both inside of the parallel lines. Same side, inside. Do you remember what we called that? Same side, interior angles. And the S rule, the same sides we said are supplementary. Supplementary adds up to what? 180. So this time, do not set them equal because they're not matching. They're not both acute. They're not both obtuse, right? You're going to have to add them equal to 180, okay? So let's do that. 5x plus 2 plus 11x minus 30 equals 180. Add them equal to 180. Cool? Now, this time the x's are on the same side, so you can combine like terms. 5 plus 11 is 16x. 2 minus 30 is negative 28. Get rid of this loner minus by adding 28. 16x equals 208. Divided by 16 gives you 13, I believe. Yes. Okay. We can skip 12 and 13 because it's more of the same. I've shown you one of each type of problem you're going to see on your assignment. You're going to have time on Monday, but you can already get started today. Okay? I give you class time. Other teachers give homework, so no complaining here, though. Quiz. Turn in your quiz. You turned in the quiz? Don't forget to turn it in. All right, here we go.